So Teddy Bridgewater, third year in a row that he's going to find a new home here. And he gets traded to the Denver Broncos for a 6th-round pick. So the writing was on the wall for Teddy Bridgewater with the Carolina is once they traded for Sam Darnold a few weeks ago. And now he goes here to the Denver Broncos. And him and Drew Lock will probably compete for a starting job. But we'll see tomorrow what happens in the NFL draft. And if they get another quarterback here, is the Denver Broncos. But Bridgewater, I believe he was a pretty serviceable quarterback last season with Carolina. And obviously, in 2019, when he filled in for Drew Brees, his team's record was 5-0. But last season, they just couldn't win many games with the Panthers. But I think that was more on the defense than Bridgewater. Bridgewater was a pretty decent quarterback, in my opinion. And now him and Drew Lock, they're going to battle it out here. And believe it or not, Bridgewater, he's only 28 years old, entering his 8th season this season here in the NFL. So right here, we'll see if he's going to be the starter in Denver. And Denver, they're young and upcoming team over the last couple seasons here where they've just been rebuilding and struggling. But now they're going to have Bridgewater under the center most likely opening night here. In 2019 with New Orleans, he appeared in 9 games. He started 5 games. He went 5-0 in those games, 133 completions in 196 attempts, 68% completion rate, 1,384 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Bridgewater. So that was a pretty decent season. And then last season with Carolina, started 15 of 16 games, 4-11 the Panthers went, 340 completions out of 492 attempts, so a 70% rate. He was completing his passes, 3,733 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions for Bridgewater. So Bridgewater last season was a pretty decent Carolina Panther offense he was a part of, even though Christian McCaffrey missed pretty much the whole season last year, only playing in 2 or 3 ball games. But he had good weapons in Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, he was still pretty good, and Curtis Samuel. And now he goes here to the Denver Broncos, where they got a lot of young guys and young pieces on this offense here. They got Melvin Gordon in the backfield. You got KJ Hamler at wide receiver. You got Cortland Sutton, who missed most of the season last year with an early week injury last season. But right here, he goes to Denver. And as far as fantasy football goes, he's a player you're probably going to draft in your later rounds as a backup quarterback on your bench, or if you play in 2 quarterback leagues, then he might obviously be a starter for you. But him and Drew Lock most likely will battle it out for a starting spot here in training camp. But I also, like I mentioned earlier, could see the Broncos draft a quarterback in the NFL draft. So Teddy Bridgewater gets traded once again here from the Carolina Panthers to the Denver Broncos for a 6th-round pick. We'll see what Teddy Bridgewater can do for the Broncos and fantasy owners in the upcoming 2021 season.